traditionally the faithful did not receive Holy Communion every Sunday, much less every day. And it was really Pius X, his promotion of frequent communion, so that even in traditional parishes before the Novus Ordo, it is expected that every single person goes to Holy Communion unless they're in mortal sin. So would you say that Pius X helped to reduce that sacrificial element and increase the communal meal element by this frequent communion change?
No, the daily communion, no, in no way it is increasing the meal element. No, it is a part of the Mass. Only when we change the texts in a meal shape or celebrate towards people like around the table, this would be dangerous than changing the aspect to a more a meal shape. But this not. But what Pius, because it was in some places in the first centuries, there were moments, places where there was daily Holy Communion, maybe not for all people, but the practice of some daily is attested by the Church Fathers also. But very soon, it is true, the daily communion or even the weekly communion decreased, yes, since even since the early Middle Ages already, until the Pius X, yes. In the Eastern churches, even more decreased than in our. Until now, let us say the Russian Orthodox Church, the practice is that the people receive only several times during the year, not weekly, even not monthly. Monthly would be our frequent communion, because the Russian Orthodox Church, the practice is so that for each Holy Communion you have to confess previously. It's
Yes.
linked, confession, and therefore they are more rarely communion. In our practice before the Council, it was even before the Council and surely before Pius X, a spread practice that devout Catholics, they received monthly communion. Therefore, they prepared themselves with a good confession and so. But of course, daily communion were also practiced by saints and were desired by saints. Saint Teresa of Child Jesus, she desired so much to receive daily. And it is really a help for the spiritual growth for many souls. And this is without doubt. And weekly communion also for many people helpful. So this is as a principle, this is good. But now comes this element. But I think, so this was, I would say, helpful and correct by Pius X to allow, again, the practice of daily communion or frequent communion. But what, in my opinion, what Pius X overlooked or forgot or did not pay attention to a very practical norm. And I think in the future it must be introduced. For example, I could imagine that in the future, the church could make a norm. Those who daily receive Holy Communion must confess at least every second week, twice a month. It's independently of state of grace. And those who receive every Sunday, let's say weekly, they must confess at least monthly once. And so we would have a discipline and a kind of, so people would not automatically go all the year, but they must, I have to confess once a month at least. And so it would be contributing to a more conscious and more reverent and more spiritually, I think, profitable practice of the Holy Communion.